Hello everybody and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting the A Link to the Past Randomizer Crosskeys Tournament 2021. We've got Swiss Round 4 for you today. It's TheBoulder300 versus Hitsuyan1337. Commentating for us, we have Clear Mouse and Dazed Cloud, and tracking is B Liberal and Scott G239. Say hello everybody.
Hi again.
Well, hello again. Yes, good morning again.
One of those is going to keep. I'm not sure which one, but one of them will.
Oh, this should be exciting. I'm really looking forward to this race. Early morning for you, I think, Days, but well, actually, it's actually quite the international group because I think Hitsu is in Germany and it's like midnight over there, starting or 12:30, something like that. Bright and early for you, and a nice, comfy evening here, at least on the U.S. East Coast.
Yeah, this should be good, definite good fun here between these two guys. Like we've got a 3-0 match right now. One of these guys is going to end up moving on in the Swiss rounds here to 4-0 there, which is unbelievably difficult.
Yeah. Some of the 3-0 matches have already finished, and yeah, looking at the people who are ready to go for week 5 for that are 4-0 are scary to say the least. But one of these guys is going to join up in that group, so they have every certainly if by another victory they're going to have every right to be as part of that very elite group. Yeah,
and it looks like we are gonna be off in just a second. At least the timer's going, and there go the runners. All right,
yeah.
So we're gonna start both runners starting at Link's house today. They're gonna start with a bomb drop, so that's a nice early find because that just takes care of one of the first things that you want to do. So this is gonna be all right.
Oh yeah, so early resources are always super nice to see, especially bombs, because as Hitsu is making his way over to the witch's hut, he is probably going to check the useless fairy drop, and if we happen to come across the well, we do not have to isolate anything in the back.
Now, Boulder just ran himself into kind of an interesting dilemma here, because he has found himself Paradox Cave, the top of Paradox Cave, sitting here at Hyrule Castle entrance, but he only has 3 bombs. And
if he just kind of sucks in a little bit, and maybe he can like squeeze through those mini Moldorms and make it to safety in the back. What do you think?
Yeah, it's just more. I'm trying to think how is he going to handle the second group of Moldorms upstairs with the 5 chests. It's like, if he gets lucky, he'd be able to pull this off. Hitsu, on the other hand, at the Witch's Hut, he found Spiral Cave, so immediately both runners have kind of found some interesting places. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, Hitsu, certainly he is not probably willing to quite follow a connector just yet. Technically, because entrance can, I guess, like put you into some more precarious locations. It is technically not in logic for you to actually go through Spiral Cave on only 3 hearts in the weapon. Oh wow, though. Boulder, getting through. He is just squeezing by these Moldorms. Oh no! But these guys are out for blood. I'm not sure what a Squirtle is.
Water type, so
yeah.
Both.
Yeah, unfortunately, what did we pick up? We picked up a compass and a something, maybe some money. So not quite, I think, the payout that the Boulder is probably hoping for. We have to come back for the remaining 3.
And it looks like they're gonna immediately trade positions here. So it looks like Boulder is going to work his way back up. He's going to do the hula-hand. He's going to get his 225 rupees. Looks like we've got Hitsu about to make his way over to Paradox Cave. He sees Ganon there sitting at Hyrule Castle today. So yeah, let's see if Hitsu has better luck with these mini Moldorms than Boulder ended up doing. Ooh.
Yeah. So the oh, okay, nice bomb placement. So the benefit that actually Hitsu has after Houlihan, he actually has money, so he can actually drop down and go buy some bombs from the bomb shop that's conveniently located right to our left.
Yeah, this is one of those reasons why people end up doing the Houlihan play immediately. Just because if you get those rupees there, having a full set of bombs is gonna make this room that that Boulder died in. It's gonna make it a little bit easier for Hitsu, just because he'll have that additional thing. And I mean, it could still go poorly because those mini Moldorms
yes.
are jerks, just jerks.
Yeah, no, I mean, those guys don't discriminate for any sprite whatsoever. I'm sure actually, what is Hitsu? Luffy? A squirrel? I forgot. You know, it doesn't matter because these mini Moldorms will do 1 heart of damage a piece, but wow, what a nice bomb placement on Hitsu's side. Basically, was that like 1 bomb for 3 Moldorms?
Yeah, that's what happens there. If you want to do that room and hopefully get it done the first time there, you put 1 bomb up and you drop 1 bomb a little bit further back, and you hopefully the first bomb will take out the other ones while you can throw the other up and hit the switch. It's tricky, but if it works, you're great. And if it doesn't work, then you just kind of shake your head and go, all right, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's super early in the seed, right? You know, it's just like what the Boulder's potentially going to do. It's not going to be the end of the world to come back, right? And Hitsu actually saving that heart that he got at the bottom or top of Paradox Cave, just so he can make that extra bomb jump over. So there's actually a pretty heads-up play, I think, on Hitsu's side, just to make sure he has enough health to get through.
Right, yeah, no, so this is going pretty well for Hitsu already here. So he's got himself into the desert. He's able to basically kind of check these kind of 3 out-of-the-way areas here. He got to see exactly one of the rocks there. When he spawned out of the middle of Paradox Cave, he came out of one of the rocks. So that's one thing he's not going to have to come back and check later with the glove. So coming up Hitsu pretty well there.
Yeah. Okay, so I think this is the first time we actually either runner started in Sanctuary. So it looks like our start is in Kakariko. So fairly convenient. It's got a lot of you know, really nice entrances, tons of entrances, and we're gonna be able to access the back escape immediately.
On Boulder's side, yeah, he found himself into Pod, and looks like Pod area there's going to be the ferry just north of Lake Hylia. So got able to get 1 chest right now. Does not look like he's planning on doing any sort of mimic clipping or anything yet. So just
yeah,
in and out, looks like.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty nice to be able to find Pod early, right? Pod, even though we do need a ton of small keys in order to really make any real progress, you know, the fact that it's just so, you know, close by and convenient locally, and there are tons of items in Pod, right? I'm sure that's not going to be the first or second or even potentially 3rd time we're going to see that dungeon.
As we get a little bit of info there saying Desert Palace, Eastern Palace are 5-6 crystals today, sitting at Salsharala's hut. So
it's convenience, some nice early crystals, and they're also short dungeons too. Maybe this will be something that will motivate either of our runners to potentially complete Eastern earlier, if they, or you know, make a quick dip to see what's going on in that dungeon.
yeah, I mean, oh god, the great Eastern debate continues. What do you do there? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of one of those awful questions. As Misery Mire is sitting in vanilla Eastern Palace, which is not the best place to find a dungeon because it's just not easy to get to. But Hitsu went ahead. He's found the chess game here as he's continued on through Eastern Palace. Or wait, no, Myra's in CAC. I'm all mixed up right now.
No,
forgetting
don't worry.
who I'm looking at.
You know, it's almost as if someone has shuffled all these entrances in this game and is just trying to confuse people.
Mission accomplished. Well done, game.
Yeah, and of course, you know, and it's a blessing and a curse, right? Because, well, one, I guess we don't technically know what dungeons, you know, their prizes are. We don't know if Myra's a crystal or a pendant. But chances are we're gonna have to go in there eventually. But so, you know, it's good that we have this knowledge. But of course, you know, do you really want to go into Myra on, you know, 3 hearts, 4 hearts potentially? We can't actually do anything right now. No hookshot, no boots. But still, like, it's probably not a great place to be, you know, on such so early in the game.
Yeah, the other problem with trying to even go into Myra right now is just that even if you could get across the gap, we've got no way of killing those stupid whiz robes right now. The bombs don't do any damage to them.
Yeah, that's a really good point. If only we could find. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! What did Hitsu just find in the back of Blind Cell?
Probably the most important early item in the game there. So that's a moon pearl, which means we're not going to be doing any bunny walking today. So if you're a fan of bunny walking, I'm sorry, it's not going to be happening today. But
Yes.
maybe next time.
I think probably the most disappointing part is finding the moon pearl so early is that you also don't get to hear the cool bunny music from these MSUs. They tend to actually be pretty good.
Yeah, that is true. Although, considering my last game, I think I ended up having to do something like an hour and 40 minutes worth of bunny walking.
So you were just doing the pre-bunny musicking for us, right? Is that what was going on?
Exactly. I had to get it all out of my system there. As we finally found the back of Desert Palace there. It's in the house with all of the bushes there, where Hotel Mario would be usually. So that's our third dungeon found already.
Yeah. I think Hitsu did not end up stealing the key. Is that right? So.
Yeah, no, Hitsu was smart and he decided not to steal the key.
Just to keep the key where it belongs when we're ready to go back and kill Desert. Although, we do have at least knowledge on Boulder's side that Desert is actually one of our 5-6 crystals. So chances are maybe, in this particular case, they're not, as worth, I guess like worth it in order to save some get that key.
I would be tempted to steal the key if I knew 100% that Desert was a pendant. If I knew Desert was a pendant, then I'd probably be going ahead to steal the key, because chances are that's not going to bite you, as we found Hype Cave down in the southern area here. We've got a map of Pod, a big key to Pod, and another map here to Swamp Palace. So we're going to get a little bit of information there, and we're going fast over on the Boulder side.
Dude, 10-minute boots basically at the Thieves drop down. Oh man, he is more than ecstatic at this point to be able to go fast so quickly. Unfortunately, unfortunately, there's never going to be a bad time where you're going to turn down the boots, but at this point, I think the Boulder is even extra incentivized to go find a sword. We do get to go fast, but we don't really want to be inconvenienced to having to stop our dashes all the time because we have to run into enemies or something like that. We can't kill them straight out.
Yeah, no, you would particularly kind of like for something that would actually get the enemies out of the way, because running into them at full speed doesn't do anything. Or at least nothing beneficial for you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, these guys probably want to keep their health for the time being. Although, meanwhile, though, it looks like actually Hitsu is going to explore some of Desert Palace. He got another map to somewhere, so Hitsu is just rife with knowledge for our prizes today. I don't think he's actually gotten into the Dark World, so we probably won't get to see too much extra information quite yet. But when he's ready, we're going to be able to get a glimpse of what we need to do today.
It looks like we found our way up onto the mountain, though. When he went out Desert left, that is going to be our first easy mountain access over there. While Boulder did the bonk rocks here, found the back of Skull Woods. So we're up to dungeon number 4 already, and what are we at? Barely, not even at 12 minutes yet. So it's going pretty well.
Yeah, no, I mean, this early knowledge for where the dungeons are is going to be very beneficial. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, because Boulder is still on 3 hearts, green mail, we have no small key, we have no sword, no fire rod, can't really do much else other than get that bridge chest, which just turned out to be a single rupee. So I guess eventually they're gonna make their way up to Zora money.
And kind of going to be the way that it is there. Boulder takes a quick look at the Vanilla Sanctuary entrance there, finds out, unfortunately, our well today is going to be behind Aga 2. So there is 5 items locked there. But so far, man, we've got a lot of good dungeon knowledge already. We've already hit 3 out of the maybe say 6 big item caves. We're moving pretty quickly, it feels like.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, especially on Boulder's side where he found the boots so early. It's gonna feel super nice. Hitsu, I think he's gonna make his way over there eventually, but probably gonna make a little bit more headway, probably in Death Mountain before he kind of makes his way over to the Lost Woods.
Yeah, we are just pinging through this really, really quickly here as Hitsu's now got the old man saved there, and he's now dealing with less health than he would probably like to be dodging cabbages and dead rocks up on the mountain. Doing pretty good
there is
job
no
with
such
it.
thing as too much health in Death Mountain. And you did see that Hitsu is willing to spend 10 very precious rupees in order to buy another heart. Well, good thing Hitsu has that extra great red potion, but he's gonna take some solace. Oh, this is, one of the few times where you're really happy to see an actual major fairy and just get some refreshments.
Yeah, that's called timely right there. You just you take it and you smile and you get really happy that that's what you found. As Boulder's gonna go ahead, he's gonna clean up some of the things that we found here. He gets his bottle of red goo there from the chess game, so he's doing all right. Now, what's this last entrance up on the mountain? It is Chicken Hut, so we're gonna get one item out of this for him.
Yeah, actually, so far, and not too much Dark World exploration. It feels like even though we did find an early Moon Pearl, it hasn't shown, I guess, too much benefit as of yet. But it's gonna be really nice when we eventually hit that Dark World.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be extremely useful here as we're working our way through. Boulder decides as well that he's not gonna make that play for the key. Looked like there might have been a little indecision there.
Yeah,
but
he was. It looks like he was definitely thinking about it.
I mean, this is one of those things. I mean, Hitsu is known in the community as an extremely strong Crosskeys player, and it looked like, okay, so if I saw that right, that had a pendant on Pod and a crystal on Thieves and
there were two more crystals down south. Unfortunately, I did not get to catch what they were. But actually, it looks like, though, our trackers today, Liberal and Scott, are way ahead of us, totally on top of all the map checks and all the other items that our runners are picking up today. So thank you.
So we're going to go ahead and take Super Bunny Cave over here in the very basically the Dark World shop, Dark Death Mountain shop area over here. We're a fairy cave. I mean, honestly, I don't remember what this is in the vanilla game. But either way, Hitsu's gonna get he's gonna get two items out of this. He's gonna get spit out at a completely new location, and he's gonna get a full magic refill. So yeah, he's gonna be pretty happy with everything so far, I think.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I did not get to see what the glimpse was on race game from Boulder. Hopefully, we're not going to have to go back and get it.
I believe we were told at one point that it's a medallion, but I did not see it. Otherwise, I've got my map tracker sitting over that right now, actually.
Oh, great. Oh, no worries. That looks like, though, might be ether. Okay, so this is unknown value, but potentially I'm going to only assume that if we end up finding that connector over to race game, they're going to go pick it up regardless. But not sure if medallions are going to be necessary today. And of course, in Crosskeys, unlike, I would say, like non-entrance, medallions are weighted a little bit less just because medallions really only lock one entrance. It doesn't have to be a dungeon, right? With, a bunch of, either like an actual prize you need or just items.
Right, and so kind of an awkward thing for Hitsu, both good and bad. So he's worked his way up into the Dark Lumberjack area right now. He found the front entrance to Hyrule Castle, so this is actually kind of good and kind of bad for him. He's going to get 3 items out of this. Now, the problem is, though, he's just leaving the boots that are sitting in the light world right now. So unless he gets the mirror, he's giving his opponent probably a good 10 minutes extra, depending on how long Hitsu stays in the Dark World here. The clock is starting for how long he's going to give his opponent a boots advantage.
Yeah, and chances are, right, he's going to probably want to take a Death Warp, right, and then follow either another connector out of Hyrule Castle or maybe trying to Dark Cross, right. And it's just going to be more time without the boots, right, for Hitsu. Oh man. Okay, so at least the good thing that we're seeing on Hitsu's side is that I guess maybe with all that practice he got from the standard tournament and bomb start, he's going some really nice bomb strats over on guards. The bad news, of course, he just picked up blue mail, not really able to put it back. But if he wants a Death Warp, it's going to be a little bit longer for him to do so.
Yeah, well, he can't just like ping himself off of the off the ball and chain guard here. He's gonna have to use his little friend, the green guard, instead to kill himself. So he went ahead and stunned him. Like, see, if pinging himself off the ball and chain guard right now, it does exactly the same damage as the green guard would. But yeah, either way, Hitsu's a pro at this. He pretty much knows what he's doing, so he's gonna get this. Ooh, the heart refill was
yeah,
almost there.
Yeah, it's one of those really tense moments where before you open the chest, like, I really hope this isn't a heart container. I really hope this is not the same heart. Especially, I really hope this heart piece I'm gonna pick up is not gonna refill myself and give me a full heart refill.
It looked like Boulder had a little bit of trouble getting himself out of Old Man Rescue here. He got himself down to 2 hearts. Looked like he might have gotten almost, I wouldn't say lost, but definitely had a little bit of difficulty there. Gets his small key to Turtle Rock and immediately runs into the place.
Yeah, I certainly do not blame him whatsoever. Anytime you can take some solace in when you're on Death Mountain is going to be definitely to your living and health. He's going to be able to find this fairy. Yeah, looks like he's going to do exactly what Hitsu did, and he's going to get his refill. Now, fortunately, Boulder has a little bit, he can move a little bit faster with those boosts, because he can dash and try and avoid the boulders. Yeah. Unfortunately, he still doesn't have, I guess, like a sword or like hook shot, so he really can't get like, super speed the whole way through to make things a little bit nicer for him.
Oh wow, Hitsu!
Did Hitsu just find the big key to Eastern?
He found the big key to Eastern in Dark Cross, where he entered it from the Dark World side. So like,
no, oh wow, no way.
So yeah, or maybe he went through from the Light World side. I'm actually not 100% sure now. I think I like blinked for a second, and because those snakes should have been doing a lot more damage. Yes, okay, yeah, he reset his location there and came in from the Light World side, so that's why he was able to actually go into that area and not get crushed by everything in the Dark World. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so it looks like Hitsu at least is done with Hyrule Castle for the time being, got his goodies out of there, and now, unfortunately, as you said, Days, we didn't find a mirror, and, Hitsu is really just another, teleport away from those boots, but the further he goes, right, the further he's moving away from those boots.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things there. The boots are an advantage. You do get to move faster, but like, if you have good movement, boots are not necessarily as much of an advantage as some people might think. It's not like get boots, I win, ha ha ha. It's a lot more. There's a lot more to it than that. And Hitsu's got some of just the better execution in this tournament. So like, Hitsu's not in a bad shape by any means. It would be better, obviously, if he had the boots, yes, but like, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, and right, and just Hitsu knows how to use boots very efficiently, right? So if he can get boots certainly sooner rather than later for him, he's gonna be able to basically claw back a lot of the time. Not to mention, but just like moving with boots is just more fun, right? You get to go faster.
It is much more fun. It makes the game a heck of a lot more enjoyable to play than, especially if you're, an hour and 45 minutes into a season, you're going, where the heck are the boots? And I hate everything.
At least you found the boots before the Moon Pearl, I guess. I don't know.
I wasn't even talking about my race, but yeah, sure.
Alright, Hitsu though made his way over to the Dark World into Skull Woods. So everything, because of that Moon Pearl that we picked up earlier, is going to be completely logical. So we got a little bit more cash to our name. I mean, we're still weaponless though at this point, right? I mean, so we have a boomerang, which has actually paid quite a amount of dividends in order to try and stun some enemies to keep them just a little bit safer. But you know, the amount of stuff that Hitsu's doing with bombs, by the way, is actually quite impressive.
Yeah, right now that boomerang would be pretty useful in this Gibdo room here, because it could just take out both of those Gibdos and stun them and just leave them in the corner there for him if he wants to, but not going to be a thing here, as he goes ahead and gets around them without any problem whatsoever. Going to take the Wallmaster Express to get out of there, and well done by Hitsu there.
Oh yeah, Hitsu made that room look super easy. It's as if, you know, he could actually control those kids. I mean, they can't. Like, that room could go so wrong so many ways so often. So it was definitely really well done and well timed actually on Hitsu. Just this whole entire thing. Jeez, almost as if he was like calling the Wallmaster on demand or something.
It's like he's played this game before.
Yeah, just maybe once or twice.
Once or twice, yeah. He's done well. He's doing okay. But yeah, both runners now are into the Dark World here, kind of checking each other's locations. Now, one thing, Boulder is going to have boots, so he's going to be able to check one additional area in this where he is here. But other than that, there's not that much of a difference, as Hitsu's going to be on red mail immediately.
Yeah, that is, you know, I guess we're in the Dark World. It's a pretty dangerous place, especially because Gibdos, you know, do 2 hearts of damage on green mail. So, but at the same time, we're really, really looking for that mirror now. Hitsu does not want to death warp anymore.
Yeah, we're going to take a minute here, wait for the Wallmaster to come and grab him, and he'll make his way out of there. Picks up a key to pods, so when he finally goes off to the Eastern Palace area there and finds pod, he'll be able to do a couple more things with it, which is probably a good thing for him. And now we're going to walk into the village, it looks like.
Yeah, as far as I know, Hitsu doesn't mimic Clip, so maybe he'll just be able to get, so I don't know if he was going to be able to, yeah, I guess get the bowlock side of things, but at least he's going to be able to, as you said, open at least that front door and make a little bit more progress. Ooh, did we just find our way up to Dark Death Mountain on Boulder's side?
Yes, we did. We took a quick little entrance there through the Quarreling Brothers there on the basically left house in that area, and found our way over here. Now, kind of interesting that we jumped down over on Boulder's side, but we got 2 items out of the waterfall ferry there, and neither of them are particularly good. Well, got a map, so that's kind of nice. And oh, hey, here's the ferry.
Here's the other waterfall ferry drop. Okay, so money, a map, and 2 small keys. Okay. It seems like we picked up a lot of like odds and ends stuff, right? You know, like, you know, got a couple big keys that doesn't really unlock too much. You know, got a couple small keys that doesn't really give us too much progress. You know, we did get a Moon Pearl. We did see the boots on Boulder's side, but we don't really have something that really points us to, you know, a location or 2, right?
Yeah, no, very true. Like, we're not finding a ton of things at the moment there to say like, hey, go finish this dungeon or go do this. It's a lot of, well, you can do this if you want, sort of thing. You know, it's keep looking for entrances right now. Like, we'll get back to you on things you can actually do in a minute.
Yeah, and speaking of, so I think both runners did find Castle Tower, I think, in the Curiosity Shop, but unfortunately, still no permanent weapon in order to take down those ball and chain guards easily.
Yeah, nothing you can really do with it at the moment. Here is we got a hookshot cave over on Boulder's side, and making a decision. We're gonna go ahead and see what this the back entrance is. But in the dig game, Hitsu pulls out the hammer.
Okay, so that is a very nice permanent weapon. It does temper sword damage, and finally we're going to be able to. He can go back to Castle Tower now, kill the ball and chain guards.
As Boulder, okay, so it looks like the back of Hookshot Cave is going to take him down to the Light World Shopping Mall, and this is going to be.
Yeah, we have found some really nice. We found GT.
Yeah, and this is going to be one of those things that it's going to be even better for Hitsu when he makes his way over there eventually, because he has that hammer. Now, Boulder deciding to jump down from that from the Dark Death Mountain area up there and pull out those last two entrances, unfortunately means he's not going to get to that hammer anytime soon. He's going to have to find himself another Dark World entry up there to the north side, and at the moment, the only way through is through that incredibly fun Super Bunny connector that we found a minute ago.
Yeah, no, this is no. You bring up a really good point, because the boulder was also over in Dark World, like in the pod area. But in order to get to the dig game, you kind of need a hammer, or something else, right? Flippers or hookshot or something, to take the longer way. But yeah, accessibility is definitely going to be kind of an issue.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of surprised that he jumped down from that Dark Death Mountain area there, and he didn't continue on into the other side here. It looks like we're gonna go into Desert Palace here. I guess we're gonna go steal this key.
Yeah, that's what it certainly sounds like, because Boulder doesn't really have anything. Okay, maybe wrong tile room or wrong key placement in the back. Yeah, I was gonna say, we don't really have, he doesn't have that hammer, and even, hammer Lambo isn't really like, the greatest of times, but he doesn't really have anything to kind of kill the boss in the back. Not to mention we're still also missing a big key.
And that's not the best old man spawn point that you could get right there. You're not going anywhere there.
But maybe the back will lead us to somewhere good. And this is kind of also one of the consequences of following connectors, right? Is you can go down so many rabbit holes and lead you to who knows where, right? And
yeah, you're 100% right there. As it looks like the back of Old Man is going to be at the top of Hyrule Castle today. And hey, okay, that's Mini Moldarm Cave, so that's a bonus kind of thing here. Now we got to try to kill these guys with bombs. See if they'll cooperate. One down.
And, okay, so he's got one Moldarm left for 3 bombs. All right, gets it done. It was a little bit scary for a moment. But all right, so what does Mini Moldarm Cave have for us? Oh man. That was so underwhelming, Dazed. I mean,
that had a map to Skullwoods. That was 5 items, and the best thing there was a map to Skullwoods. Yeah. That was pretty lame.
I guess at least he got some bombs back. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, all right. Old man save and quit is not going to be like worth our time at all at this point.
Yeah, no, we're not going to be using that at all pretty much for the rest of this game here, unless we get the flute. If we get the flute, then yeah, maybe. But until then, now starting at the waterfall is not going to be any use right there, as we're making our way on Hitsu's side. We're going to go see Kiki, pay him $100, and hopefully get a little bit of cash. Now, Boulder is going to make his way up north, and I'm not 100% sure where he is going at the moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what connector this was up on the North Lost Woods.
Yeah, I think I didn't see it either. It was another Hyrule Castle one. Okay, so this one will work. So this will get him back into the Dark World. So this is actually going to work. Okay, now Boulder's thing makes a lot more sense, because I hadn't seen that before. So, okay, yeah. Now this route makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so meanwhile, on Hitsu's side, this is just one of those times where you really wish you had boots. So he found library at Vanilla Pod entrance, and the library had a mushroom. So it's like, you kind of want to get that, and it's kind of a pain to go back to, right? I guess for Hitsu's sake, it's really hoping he doesn't really have anything, but it's just one of those, I don't really want to leave this, but I have to leave this behind.
Like, yeah, I don't really have a better option here. Alright, fine. And he's now back into the light world here, and he's probably going to head down towards the South Shore area. So, he might decide to do, depending on what direction he goes down here, he might decide to do a little bit. And his Boulder, unfortunately, just took a random drop down into this area here.
I guess he was pressing his luck. Unfortunately, that luck was not very good.
that's the worst area that you could kind of drop into, because it means you have to burn your key, and now you've locked yourself out of the left side of it here, unless you're just gonna randomly start throwing yourself down holes like he is. Okay, that works too.
You know, if it works right, you can't argue with results, right? I guess.
Well, he can pick up this one key over here now, but the problem is that if he uses this key, he doesn't get to keep it. So
yeah, and I guess like we don't know. Actually, do we know if Skullwoods is a crystal or a penguin yet? Oh no, we got the map on Boulder's side. We just haven't gotten a chance to look at it. But yeah, you really want to be able to save save a small key, right, for the back, especially if we need it.
Yeah, Boulder is definitely having a little bit more trouble with this room here, as the Gibdos are causing him a little bit of trouble. He's got the boomerang selected. I'm a little surprised he hasn't just like thrown it at him one time here. It would be a lot faster than kind of luring the guys otherwise, but he's doing all right. As Hitsu has now made his way into pod, he's gonna have the opportunity to get a little bit more stuff. He's got the bread potions still, I believe. So if he decides
that's a good point.
Yeah, if he decides to, he could just unlock the other side, the bow-locked side of pod here, but we're gonna have to see exactly what he chooses to do. He's not got his bomb selected. Oh, there they go. So he's gonna throw at least one over there to blow open the door, get some map to Ice Palace, and now it's decision time.
Yeah, we have some. I mean, are there even maps left in order to get in this game? Like maybe Gannis Tower or something like that. But I think between our two runners, we should actually have. Well, hopefully we'll have full knowledge of our prizes today. At least it feels like we should.
You would think.
Yeah, but you know, like the game is always never ceases to surprise me how many extra maps I didn't realize that we hadn't picked up yet. It's like, oh, there's a map to Hyrule Castle. Oh, there's another map to GT. Oh, okay, got it.
There's nothing worse than doing that, as Hitsu has decided to go ahead and use a bottle opener here to pop open the side of pod, and we're gonna go see what these two items are. Now, Boulder, this route in Skullwoods, I mean,
poor,
he is spending...
Boulder, man. I mean, he just had to drop down basically in pinball room, right? And if he had another small key, I think this would be slightly nicer for his routing.
He is spending so much time in here to get these things, as Hitsu goes ahead and picks up the big key to Thieves Town, locked behind the... Yeah. And so, okay, now Boulder's gone all this way to pick up all of this stuff here without using this key, so I'm imagining he's just gonna walk all the way around now. Okay, so so this is gonna take some extra time over here on Boulder's side. He hits you, nice red mail death warp, and we're off.
Yeah, we're certainly hoping that we're gonna find. I mean, well, at this point, like anything, you know, would be great because we've run out of, you know, I guess like junk items to kind of pick up, right? You know, where's a sword? Where's a glove? That would be kind of nice. A lamp would also be swell too. You know, we can at least be able to see the next time we're in dark rooms.
I mean, pretty much anything right now that you could use as some sort of offensive weapon would be fantastic.
That would be, yes.
Like right now, we're just making our way through here. Boulder's just living on the edge right now, down to a quarter heart, and it's gonna have to be real careful there, just to not accidentally blow himself up there.
Yeah, you can see he's really distancing himself from that bomb explosion. Oh, but of course, you know, we find a Graveyard Ledge here. Alright, so he's gonna feel a little bit better picking up, restocking on some bombs as well as some health. And hopefully, oh, that's right, Hitsu was here earlier. Yeah, just like Hitsu, he didn't, Boulder's not even gonna bother. Just.
Oh yeah, no, compasses are 100% useless in Crosskeys unless you're completely lost and you've forgotten exactly how many dungeon items there are in each of these places. But not something that Boulder's worried about, but he is finally making his way over to get the hammer here. And now the big question is at some point Hitsu is going to check through these items over here. He's going to check his old man connectors real fast, and then likely end up some point possibly going up to the Lost Woods and getting those boots.
Hopefully. Do you think Hitsu's gonna find a permanent, like a sword or something before he finds the boots? Because I mean, we've searched through so much between these two runners. I mean, it just kind of feels like that we have to pick up something at some point, right?
Yeah, I don't know at this point, honestly. It's just like both of these guys have like the world is getting cleared out pretty well on both of their sides here. So I'm expecting like our next kind of majorish item to be hookshotty or a hookshot or mirror, honestly. But
yeah, that's such a good point, because even if we find a sword, right? You know, it doesn't really unlock anything, right? We've already seen, you know, even if we got a cape, we already know the middle entrance to Aga Tower, or Vanilla Aga Tower entrance is I think just the back of Old Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Okay, and those boots have become a big deal all of a sudden, because sitting there at the Dark World Bonk Rocks is Sasharala, who tells us that our last pendant today is going to be in Turtle Rock, which is, you know, good because it means we don't need to find an ice rod, but
yeah, that's
importantly, he's got a glove.
No, that is certainly the next major piece of progression, right? I think we've already encountered a few glove lock locations that we weren't able to access before. So that's going to be at least probably very fresh on Boulder's minds.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic little find there, because now that means you don't have to worry about any more Dark World connectors or anything like that. For being in the main part of the part of the world there, as looks like Hitsu just did Mimic Cave for the Big Key to Swamp Palace, which is, you know, nice before you go in, but you're not gonna really worry about that one.
And it seems like the big keys that are showing up so far, I mean, outside maybe like Maya or Eastern, you know, I think Boulder found the big key to Ice as well. I mean, these are going to be nice, these are going to be big keys that are just going to be much nicer to have before you dive. You dive the dungeon, you don't have to go back, right?
Right, but I think one of the big differences, though, is that Boulder hasn't picked up the Eastern Palace Big Key, which is sitting in Dark Cross, and he hasn't picked up the Thieves Town one on Bowlock Side Pod. Now, the Thieves Town one he'll definitely get. The boots are about to show up in just a second for those of you who are looking in chat. There's Hitsu moves to the right, he'll pick up the boots. But, so Boulder's going to be a little bit behind that, and Hitsu probably just goes, oh no, yep, there's a bomb.
Yeah, Hitsu's like, I could have had this 30 minutes ago. But, you know, it's certainly a bit better late than never. Still beats the rough average that we've seen the Crosskeys tournament so far. I think just based on everyone's boots collections rate up till this point, just right around that hour mark. So at least he has that going for him.
Right, and so for Boulder here, since he's got the boots, and he's got not the boots, but since he's got a glove, I think we're going to be heading up our way towards Catfish, assuming we can get through that pack of enemies. Oof.
Yeah, those Snapdragons did not look like they were going to play nice.
Yeah, it's a good thing he had Blue Mail right.
Yeah,
there.
I was going to say.
He took a hit or two.
All right. Got a better look at the pyramid item, which is only 20 rupees. So at this point, with 1,200 rupees, you could probably pay off Zora a second time. Maybe get a second mortgage in the Waterfall Ferry location.
I'd return the first item, get a second one, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it looks like Boulder's going to do exactly what you are predicting. Going to head over to Catfish and probably check this dark potion shop along the way.
Yeah, get these two really kind of out-of-the-way checks here, as we're going to find a entrance to Turtle Rock. Now, we're probably going to come right back to that after we check Catfish, just because you can do a couple of things in there. You can bonk across the gap there to get into the rest of Turtle Rock. Now, the problem is you don't really have a good way of dealing with Pokeys, but you got 2 keys and it's a pendant, so you're probably just going to go ahead and just burn the key on the Pokey door. Unless you want to be a hero and try to kill that thing with the hammer, which, you know,
I was going to say, do you not think killing Pokeys with hammers is your type of idea of fun?
Quake is on Quakefish, by the way.
Is this even? Wow. So okay, Hitsu, making a play here. With that hammer, with a big key to Meyer, with also like a nice, was it one small key for routing? It's gonna take a sneak peek into what we're gonna have. And probably not the best equipment in a loadout to kind of clear like the beginning, because you know we also don't have a fire source, but at least it's gonna be a couple of items accessible to him.
Yeah, no, and the hammer works to kill these things, but Hitsu is demonstrating that the hitbox on the hammer is just stupid, especially for going cross.
It is not pleasant whatsoever.
He was doing his best to kill the stupid, kill those things, and well, didn't quite work for him as okay, so Boulder went ahead, he bonked across there, and he took the, I want to say, ended up going out the laser eye bridge, and found a connector into the Misery Mire area right now. So that means we might not be needing mitts today, as Hitsu pulls out a fire rod out of Misery Mire.
See that? In Mire, wow, dude. I mean, that is actually somewhat of a deterrent, right? If you know, people don't really like to go into Mire without a fire source, but you know, what else happens if your fire source is just sitting in Mire? Wow.
It happens so often, and Boulder is making his way. He's found Eastern Palace over here. He doesn't have Eastern Palace big key, so we're gonna leave for sure at least one item in here, as somewhere out there, Zelda-san's size. And
he's running his own Crosskeys race. Who knows what he's been up to?
Oh, is he doing that right now? Okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but you know, you were saying those days. Yeah, he didn't get a chance to get the big key to Eastern yet, so it's gonna be one fewer item that Boulder's gonna be able to pick up. But apparently, somewhere along the way, we did pick up a compass to Eastern. So we get to at least know how many items we're leaving behind.
Well, that's always kind of a nice thing. There, we get to double check and make sure, did I get all 4? Yes. Okay, it's time to basically kill myself on a whole bunch of anti-fairies in that big key room. As surprisingly, for Hitsu there, locked behind the 3 Meyer keys that he does not have at the moment is a whole lot of nothing.
Don't tell Zelda that part, by the way. There's always something valuable in Eastern Palace, I guarantee it.
Yeah, to be honest, there I'm more of the dip Eastern Palace when you have the chance side than the other ways. But you know, we'll see. There is a key to pod doesn't necessarily count. It might get Hitsu though.
Dude, what? I mean, Meyer is totally loaded. So, okay, so not only did we end up finding a fire rod in Meyer, so he was able to check the fire lock side. He found, by the way, Hitsu found a big key to Desert Palace on that side as well. And we found the bow, and Hitsu has the big key to Eastern Palace. I think Hitsu has more than enough direction at this point where to go.
To be completely honest, I'm not stunned by this, because when we got those boots, this was one of the boots unlock, 4 entrances in the game, but more importantly, a lot of times they will get you into Misery Mire. So, yeah, there's quite a lot in there. Did we pull out a shovel there for fun?
Also
fun at the end.
That's right.
So
yeah, looks like though Hitsu's gonna check it immediately before diving into more dungeons.
Yeah, because you typically wanna do that as quickly as you possibly can, because if not, you're gonna forget. As it looks like Boulder has unfortunately struck out on finding anything of serious interest in Eastern Palaces. We get a map to Misery Mire now, but we already kind of know that, so no big deal. Okay, now Boulder is gonna go ahead. He found the Spectacle Rock connector here, as the caffeine has finally kicked in, it feels like, and I can talk at a decent rate.
It's caffeine is like the boots equivalent of your life.
Yeah, pretty much. I needed that. I mean, this race started at 7:30 in the morning for me, so hey.
No, we're more than happy to have you here. All right, so the Hitsu is in the back of Desert Palace already. He knows after talking to the bomb shop guy that this is a 5/6 crystal, so no more motivation needed in order to clear out the back. Of course, with that fire rod as well, he's gonna have a pretty easy time.
as Boulder went through Spectacle Rock connector there, found himself on the Turtle Rock Bridge, which is really good. That means that's 2 out of the 3, I'd say, like really big connectors that we found. He found the back of Ferry, which leads us to the other one. So if we get a mirror, we definitely want to get through want to go through Spectacle Rock connector there. It's a stupid connector string, but if we do that, we'll be able to check a ton of stuff.
The game, by the way, doesn't care how dumb or how long or how many connectors you have to go through in order to get to progression. Just for the record. Whoa,
Yeah, no.
whoa! What are we getting here on Hitsu's side? Are we getting some bow landmo here? Has Hitsu been practicing his NMG?
Well, let's find out how many. Oh no, he pulls out the fire rod.
Oh man.
Okay, so he was just showboating the first one. All right, we'll see.
That first cycle actually looked pretty good. Wow. Okay. This hybrid model though, 1 weapon for every landmo cycle. Very creative, but also very well done on Hitsu's side.
Yeah, and then so he's through that. Now the Ice Palace they're found over on Boulder's side. I don't think I saw Hitsu check that earlier. I might have.
Hitsu did find it. He just noped out very quickly.
Yeah, I mean at the time he had no way of finishing it. Now Boulder, on the other hand, can't either, just because he does not have the fire rod out of Misery Mire yet. So now we got to kind of question, when is he going to end up over there?
Yeah,
But,
even though Boulder was pretty early to the boots, right, and had a lot of movement advantage, he looks like at least for the time being he's chasing more glove lock locations, which is certainly very reasonable. It just happens to be in this case that Hitsu decided to chase at least 1 boost lock location, right? In this case, Misery Mire, and end up that's where the game decided they was going to put some more progression.
Yeah, it's kind of hard here. So like Boulder's got the glove advantage, and it's going to be hard for Hitsu to get back there at any point. Hitsu's going to kind of hope that the second glove is someplace where he can just kind of get to it. Because if the second glove is locked behind the first glove, that's going to be really bad for Hitsu, because it could be a long time before he gets to that, because it's a single location sitting in the dark world, and he has checked everything else on the way over there. So yeah, not going to be anything that he's going to probably prioritize. But we'll find out. I mean, Hitsu does have the big key advantage, so when he jumps into these areas, he'll be able to knock out the dungeons in the first time. As oh right, oh boy, hammer mini moldboards.
At least Squirtle has blue mail, right? Actually, blue this time as opposed to green mail and like 3 hearts.
Well, I mean, he attempted it with 3 hearts and 3 bombs the last time. So I mean, this time went better.
I still made really good progress, by the way, the first time around. He was able to get half of those chests before Mini Moldorms decided to be ruthless.
As they do. Okay, so it looks like the bottom of that cave there, Paradox Cave, just is the big island there in the middle of Lake Hylia. So that's a one-way thing for Boulder, and now it's gonna have to see. It looks like, okay, he's headed into Misery Mire. He's gonna get his fire rod, so this is actually really good for him. He's gonna get his fire rod, he'll get his bow, he'll get his shovel that he'll be slightly curious about until he digs up a map.
Yeah, until he digs it up and gets disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. But Hitsu, on the other side, he is about to find GT with the ability to get a little bit deeper into it.
Oh, yeah. No, this is a good point. So no gloves, certainly, for Hitsu yet, as we said, so he's not going to be able to lift up this entrance here. But in GT, he's going to be able to get Hope Room. Hitsu has the hammer where Boulder did not, so he's going to be able to at least go left side. And Hitsu, I believe, is familiar with at least some bomb jumps to get over to Stalfo's room. Not sure if he even would have enough bombs to get to keep going left, but I guess we're going to have to see.
Well, with the boots, he doesn't need to. Like, there's only like really one. There's 2 bomb jumps he has to do.
Yeah.
the biggest thing with Hitsu is he doesn't have a sword, which makes these rooms setting up the bomb jumps really annoying. Like, doable, but unbelievably unfun here. First he's going to bonk across these gaps and get to bomb jump number 1 here. He's got to get this set up pretty much exactly right. Looks like he's got it. And that will unlock this. Yeah, that'll unlock these 4 chests up in Stalfo's room here. If he gets a sword, he's going to be ecstatic.
Of course, this is not in logic until we find that hook shot, of course. So hook shot can't be here. Is this another small key to GT? Alright. Well, that's convenient. At least that means that Hitsu is going to be able to, assuming he wants to keep bomb jumping, he's going to be able to make significant progress.
Yeah,
Boulder, though, is it every single time we look over on Boulder's side, he's on half a heart? Is this going to be like the trend of the scene?
I mean, if you're going to play Crosskeys, you might as well play it there at the absolute level of dangerousness. And ooh, that's an interesting place for the cane to be.
That is very interesting. So Hitsu is actually going to be able to do all of right side now as well. Not to mention where we now have the King of Samaria, so we can actually go all the way down to Vitreous.
Yeah,
the weaponry though, offensive power is still a little bit questionable. Hammer Vitreous is probably not anybody's cup of tea. However, it is technically able to be done.
Yeah, no, that one chest, what's making that interesting to me is not it's the key situation. That one chest there is locked behind 4 GT keys.
Yeah.
Now with the boots, you can bonk to that chest without any problem. Like that chest is in logic the moment you have boots. It's just it's always locked behind 4 GT keys, and we have 2. So I'm sitting here now scratching my head going,
Keep scratching your head, Days. Did you just see that Hitsu found the other glove in random room as well?
Just bailed out there over on Hitsu's side. Like, that's exactly what he needed. That is 100% what he needed. As Boulder went ahead, he's gotten everything that he could possibly get here out of Meyer, and now he's going to probably go and finish off Landmos, because no, he's going to decide not to finish off Landmos. He's going to run right by him.
He did steal the key, but I mean, he knows that desert's also 5/6, right? And we haven't seen the other desert, the actual desert small key somewhere. So maybe is he going to try and actually, I guess, get the left side or the right side first?
Well, he has gone ahead and died in Misery Mire here, so this could just be a save scum real fast. We're gonna take a quick look here, probably find nothing, and then I expect to see a hard reset real fast, which, I mean, kind of makes sense because it is right next to the Sanctuary spawn point. As we find it's a small key to Hyrule Castle.
Yeah,
that is as useless as possible. That is the most useless thing we can find right now, almost.
Was there even anything in the basement?
Well, behind Ice Armos, I saw nothing.
So we picked up a cane. We picked up the cane of Samaria in Fire Bar room. But other than that, we picked up the mitts in Rando room. But yeah, other than that, we're still looking for that sword, right? At almost an hour in.
Yeah.
Surely there's a sword here somewhere. Surely.
I mean, if there's anything back here on this side, it is locked behind all of those 4 GT keys. Because of the cane. So I'm sitting here now kind of just expecting to see nothing, but I guess we'll see. As we're gonna do some boomerang practice here. Because why not? Got nothing else to do while you're waiting for these tiles to fall, so take out your boomerang and have some fun.
That's right, yeah. No powder. Hitsu already setting up for a potential death warp, maybe. This is although it's pretty early, right, for a death warp? Because he still has to get through like Gyptos and Compass Room and...
I mean, that's confidence is what that is. The other thing, you kind of got to be careful. The thing that I worry about in that room is if you're bouncing off of those tiles there, a lot of times you'll bounce off those tiles and go right into the Wallmaster and then just feel like such an idiot when that happens. But Hitsu, not a problem. He gets through that. Boulder is dealing with some Landmos who are not wanting to jump in the right pattern for him.
Yeah, it looks like he was able to land as many, fire rush shots as he could, but, these remaining ones, unless he wants to pull out that bow and get some more NMG practice, Hammer's going to be our best option.
And
what
sword
a sword.
number 1 there.
Hitsu, despite being late to the booth by like 30 minutes or something, right? Hitsu has gotten like so much progression so quickly. And of course he's on red mail, so he actually needs 2 bombs to kill himself.
I mean, things are definitely seeming to come up Hitsu's way here right now, as he's got the sword, he's got the glove, he can start checking through a bunch of things here. If I'm not mistaken, this is okay. So this is the back of Hookshot Cave, yes. So for Hitsu, so he's gonna end up in the pod area, but he knows that, so he's probably gonna just come and check this one chest. I don't think we're gonna see any shenanigans. I don't think Hitsu's a flyer.
I don't think so either. And one thing of interest though is that we were able, or at least Hitsu was able to clear the entirety of GT basement, with the exception of the big chest. We don't have the GT big key, and so if something is there, it's going to be very inconvenient to go back.
That's 100% true there. Yeah. Now, if the GT big key shows up, say over on Boulder's side, and when he goes back to GT, he gets something out of that big chest, yeah, he's gonna feel really, really happy about it. But until that time, Hitsu's just gonna kind of run away with a bit of an advantage here, as Boulder has finally decided that, okay, you know what, I've got enough things. Let me go check the Hyrule Castle area here, which is probably a good thing for him. I assume this means he'll get Dark Cross as well.
Yeah, and that's where Eastern Palace big key was, right?
Right. So yeah, this is he's starting to at least get item parity on with Hitsu here, at least key parity maybe.
Yeah, and of course, in entrance or Crosskeys, there is no such thing as advanced logic. Any dark room are hard locked by that lamp. Like, so, sometimes a non-entrance advanced logic, there is a thing where if you light all the torches all the way to Dark Cross with the fire rod, you could get it. But certainly that's not going to be the case here. So at some point, we're gonna expect that lamp to show up.
Yeah, we should be seeing that sooner than later here, but we'll see here, as Hitsu is gonna go ahead and turn in this mushroom immediately, since he does know where the shop is. We're gonna go in and we're gonna get a quick look at what exactly Spiral Cave has been hiding this entire time, because we found this ages ago.
Yeah, almost an hour ago when Hitsu found this. So, and of course, no one wants to go through this thing without a sword, without anything on 3 hearts green mail.
Now Boulder's making Boulder's making a bit of a mistake here. You don't want to try to do this off of the blue guard here, off of the ball and chain guard. Red mail's got a really weird property where, for some reason, off the ball and chain guard, it'll do almost nothing. Now, if you did the exact same thing off the green guard, it would be a lot faster.
Yeah. Oh no! I was gonna say, that was a heart piece in Zelda Cell. Unfortunately, all that effort, man.
Use the green guard, man. Oh no.
This is a. I guess I don't know. Like, I don't know what the death warp rate is. I guess between that green guard and how many hearts you have versus just climbing, I guess, back out the. Castle.
The green guard is much faster. The green guard will take off half a heart every hit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the mail if for some reason. That's the weird thing about it. It doesn't matter the mail. Like if you bounce off of it with green mail, you're gonna take a quarter heart. Blue mail, quarter heart. A half heart. And then it's a half heart with red mail. Don't ask me why. The game is programmed that way.
Because programming, that's right.
Exactly. So that's just one of those things where you just kind of have to have the experience to know that. And if you don't, then you end up doing basically what Boulder did and leaving your Eastern Palace big key.
Maybe he just wanted to see the connector?
Okay,
before going to Dark Cross?
Okay, yeah, it looks like it. So he's going for it now. Okay, good. I was kind of nervous for him for a minute.
And as you mentioned, we're coming here, through the light world. So death warping is especially in Dark Cross is I don't even know if there's anything that does like more than half a heart damage on green mail, like let alone red mail. I think you're just gonna be sitting there forever.
Oh god, yeah, no, this is just save and quit out of here because it's gonna take him forever otherwise. As Hitsu found half magic there and a key to Agate Tower, and is making a decision. What sort of decision is Hitsu making there? The decision not to continue. Alright, fair enough.
He does have 2 Turtle Rock small keys. So he certainly did have the option of moving forward, but typically speaking, you really just want to save your Turtle Rock small keys for the back.
Oh boy. This is slow over on he's getting there.
I guess we really want to be able to check the last Hyrule Castle entrance.
I mean, he's seen it though, so he wants to go ahead and probably just go into the dark world from here. So he's just setting himself up to get there. But man, yeah, that took some time. Probably still faster than saving and quitting and going out again, but I don't know though, because he does have ability to just go directly through this, and Hitsu's about to go ahead and get himself some mitts. So this is going to be nice for him, as that sign never hits the way you're supposed to. It's angry and terrible and all of this, and Hitsu picks up the big key to Ice Palace along with everything else.
Yeah, those myths are going to be pretty helpful. So we did end up seeing, I guess I'm not sure like how valuable those myths or how much those myths are going to end up locking this particular seed. Just because on Boulder side, we already did find a connector over to the Mire area, so chances are we don't have to need myths, I guess we'll flute for that. But other than that, myths, can open up Smith Chain, but probably not too much else.
Yeah, we've got Smith Chain, you've got the Turtle Rock main entrance, and then you've got something like the something like the Ice Palace main entrance there, as it looks like behind the Hammer House there, the Hammer Pegged House in Village of Outcast. That's going to be our Swamp Palace today, so we're getting close to having full dungeon knowledge at this point. We're still looking for Thieves Town, and to be honest, we probably don't care about Tower of Hair since it's a pendant, but we haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, and Thieves Town, I believe we actually have everything between our 2 runners. Boulder found looks like a small key to Thieves, and Hitsu found the big key to Thieves as well. Yeah,
so we'll be able to check that. Hitsu's going to give us the full hammer pegs since we've got mitts now. These are horribly horrendous. This is another one of these horrifically out of logic things, but I mean,
a good thing Hitsu picked up that sword so he can hammer dash his way through these pegs.
That is quite nice, and wow, hey, you want to find Laser Bridge?
What an entrance fan to find, Hitsu. So good thing this frog is like impervious to lasers. Hitsu's the one taking all of the damage in his place. Hitsu doesn't even care about these laser damages. He's got red mail. He's just gonna take it.
That's purely called. I've got red mail. The heck with it. I'm just going. Whatever. So. It's not unsurprisingly didn't really find anything there, but
Yeah, and of course, just with there's no such thing as advanced logic. The fact that in Crosskeys you could stumble upon Laser Bridge super early, like let's say boostless 3 hearts green mail, it is not actually in logic for you to try and do boostless laser skips on such low health. So you will, of course, need a mirror shield or some sort of invincibility item. So even though those items are technically still out of logic for Hitsu, I mean, not to mention all the other stuff that he's won through that puts this stuff out of logic.
Right. I'm sorry. I was just laughing at the at doing the that dark room there with the Smith there, and just the Smith just going left and right and left and right and left and right back and forth in the dark. And I was just kind of that was cute.
Maybe it was just like nervousness, right? He's not used to being in the dark, for so long on a floating platform.
He can't see what he can't see. That's all it is. So I mean, I completely understand. If you're scared of the dark, you know, it's a serious thing. All right, so Hitsu's going to continue because let's just keep saying logic is for suckers, and we're going to go down here. We're going to kill ourselves. Well, we're not going to kill ourselves a poke. Yes, we are. No. Hitsu can make up your mind, sir.
Hitsu has a fire rod, right? Oh, 89 silvers. Wow.
Hitsu has silver arrows right now, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so about that Vitreous kill, I think Hitsu's life just got a whole heck of a lot easier.
Yeah, there's I would say a less than 0 chance that we maybe see Boulder never pick that up. Yeah, just because there's very little reason for him to go get that. Now, here's a question though. There's a big key to GT just sitting in the Chain Chomp room.
Interesting. Okay, so Boulder might get that before. Well, no, because he's gonna get a bunch of stuff in order to clear GT. So it looks like he's gonna be in the same boat as Hitsu regarding the GT big key.
Yeah,
I was gonna say though, like Hitsu though, even without the fire rod, okay, we're just gonna dive right in. I'm sorry, Mr. Smith. I guess we're gonna see all of Ice Palace, and I guess we're gonna say our goodbyes shortly after that.
Okay, I was a little concerned that Boulder might decide not to check the right side here. Check the map chest here in GT. So he's got his Cane of Samaria now. Now, you're gonna need that key though. Now, see, he wasn't able to jump up to Stalfo's room, so he didn't get a second key. So he's not gonna be able to get the sword right now.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good point, because that's where Hitsu. That was like the only worthwhile item that we found up in Stalfo's room, was that third small key to GT. But that third small key to GT was pretty powerful, right? It enabled Hitsu to go pretty far and clear out basically the entire basement.
Yeah, so that's kind of it's actually an extremely big deal over on Boulder's side here, because Hitsu's going to be able to. At this point, I think Hitsu's going to start basically rushing dungeons. Like, if he can do the dungeon, he's gonna go clear it at this point. You're an hour in, he's got a ton of items there. He's trying to do an icebreaker with the Smith, which surprisingly seems to add like a little bit of difficulty to it, and I don't 100% understand why. It's kind of like bomb jumping with the Smith. It's not like the actual technique of it isn't any different, but it adds, I don't know, I want to say like lag or something. Or maybe I'm just talking out of my butt, but
no. I mean, I think it's actually very reasonable, right? Because like every single extra thing that's on the screen, the game has to take time to draw, right? So and as we've seen, from the coding or programming of some of the other aspects in the game, it has not always been the most I'll say consistent. So I certainly would not be surprised if that Smith just adds a little bit extra different.
Yeah, no, I mean it's kind of hard to say exactly there, but all I know is the last time that I failed the Tower of Hera like bomb jump to the big chest there was when I had the Smith with me. So
yes,
we'll see here as we picked up an ice rod out of Ice Palace because
ice. Why not? Yes.
Because ice. And yeah, we're off to killing Ice Armos over on Boulder's side to complete the trifecta of ice things. And
did you know, Days, though, that the ice rod does not work on Holster?
I've tried it actually, because quick swap is a thing, and occasionally you think that you're on the fire rod, and it turns out that you're not. Yeah, that feels bad if you don't have half magic.
Oh no! Oh, Days, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I mean, you play as long as I have. You've made every stupid mistake in the game. So
that's more of a discovery play than anything else, right? Because now you know for the future.
Yeah, exactly. You know that in the future, don't do dumb things like that. It doesn't help. So Boulder's just gonna completely ignore the right side right now. So we've got there's a hookshot in the Ice Palace big chest.
Okay, so I guess the game must have just expected you to come here early with the fire, or with the fire rod? Because that was in Mire, right? Yeah, because the boots locked fire rod, which was in Mire, and then I guess with the fire rod, you can come into Ice Palace and then get your hook shot, and then you can get all the other stuff logically in GT.
Yeah, no, so you had to run all the way around the Dark World to get to Sasharala there, to get your Ice Palace big key, along with a glove, and you'd probably end up getting a hammer as well while you're on the way. As Hitsu is just going to take time here. Go ahead, pop his blue pot, and then just burn the rest of Cold Stare to ashes here, melt the rest of Cold Stare. One of those two.
Yeah, I mean,
either way, he's dead.
That's right. Yeah, Hitsu's on Fighter Sword. He does have the hammer. It's not the most pleasant fight, but I mean, Fire Rod half magic, especially with that blue potion. Cold Stare just burns. Alright, so, Hitsu does pick up his, looks like his second crystal, and unfortunately, though, this is where we have to say goodbye to our frog friends. He's not going to be with us anymore. He went back to his original home.
Yeah, does seem that way, as, Boulder right now is just going to try to figure out exactly, okay, what am I going to do here? So first order of business is to go visit our friend the Big Fish here and pay him 500 rupees and get something of indeterminate value at the moment.
Well, certainly not that value is not going to be on the ledge. We just see a fighter shield. Certainly, of course, not in logic. We don't have the flippers, but that's not going to be something he's going to come back for.
Yeah, no, true. As we are making our way over here, gonna find this now. Hitsu is in, like I mentioned, just gonna be in pure dungeon mode now. We got a small key to pod. Okay, now I was about to say, if that was a small key to swamp or something like that, that would be definitely much more advantageous for Boulder right now. As not being able to go right side of GT there, not having that sword, is going to cause him a ton of problems, actually, for a little while. So he really needs to kind of get into a sword here. Yeah, nope, go do hammerless Ice Palace, bud. Or not hammerless, swordless Ice Palace. Go on. Nope.
Where, looks like there might be a little bit of indecision going on Boulder's side.
Yeah, I've done that dance before. That's the dance of, oh, what do I want to do? I want to do this. And then trying to decide there. And especially in a race like this, because, I mean, he's in the 3-0 match against Hitsu, which means you know that your opponent is likely doing many good things, and you're getting kind of concerned if you're in a situation where I don't have some things. And yeah, it's kind of a problem.
I guess, like to be fair, you're probably thinking that regardless of and you probably think that during every match is like, oh, my opponent has probably done all of these right, everything right. They've made all the right decisions. At least that goes through. That seems to go through a lot of runners' heads.
True. Yeah. No. I mean, Crosskeys, I feel like, is even worse sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when Hitsu found those boots, he found those boots like 30 minutes after Boulder did. And that feels terrible because you're going to yourself, oh no. But at the same time, it's not really hurt Hitsu at all, because he's now running around the world going for crystal number 3. There we go for Boulder. That's a huge find. Pulls out a sword out of Meyer Shed.
Yeah, that is an amazing set of finds, right? I mean, not only we don't necessarily need the fire rod in order to make some progress in the Ice Palace, but he finds a sword to go with that Bongos medallion. So,
Alright, now go to Ice Palace there, bud. You definitely 100% want to go to Ice Palace. This is not where Ice Palace is, though. Okay, can I get a save and quit? And he's probably headed over there now, I'm guessing. Alright, Hitsu's going to clean up some locations that we've seen. Look real fast here.
Yeah,
he's got that glove.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like he's just kind of, trying to not completely orphan all of the glove lock locations at this point, since he's already chased a lot of the boots once.
Alright, Boulder goes into Ice Palace here, so this is just all sorts of good things. Hitsu's gonna go and get crystal number 4, though, off of Mothula real fast.
Yeah,
That's the
certainly,
thing.
at least, yeah. I was gonna say, like, in terms of contrast, though, I mean, just in terms of looks like key management, Hitsu has, I guess, like managed to at least make all of his small keys work very well for him, right? Like, you know, he was able to, I guess, like maintain the small key at least to get to the back of Mothula. He actually was like he was able to like use that GT get the GT key, small key property, and clear out basically all of the basement. Just goes to show you, I guess Hitsu is pretty aware basically of Crosskeys at this point.
Oof, if I'm Boulder right now, I just pull out that Quake. This is gonna take a while.
Well, and we don't even have magic on his side, right? We just find the big key to Skullwoods on Mothula.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Man, there's all sorts of things here, and actually, kind of funny thing. I'm just kind of thinking about it because chat's reminding me here. The sword that I believe, Boulder found there, being in King's Tomb, we had to get our mitts out of Rando Room. Our mitts came out of Rando Room, which that is also locked behind 4 GT keys today. So apparently there are a whole slew of GT keys lying somewhere out there that we just have not found yet.
Somewhere.
Yeah, that are very, very logically important, but we don't have them. So, and Hitsu's about to get Master Sword and the Bombos Medallion, I believe. So, yep, here we go.
So, do we know where that lamp is? That lamp is going to show up at some point too, right?
Maybe. It's going to be someplace
okay.
stupid. Could be Mirror. Okay, Top Life bringing out a good point there. We could be just missing the Mirror to get into King's Tomb. That is true. As we pick up our Ice Rod there for Boulder, we're going to probably not see Trinex on his side anytime soon, just because don't need to, but we'll have to see. Now, I'm a little concerned with his magic level right now. Kind of low.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Does he have a blue potion?
I don't believe so.
Because we saw Hitsu use it, but I'm not sure if that was because Hitsu bought it versus like he just found it somewhere.
I want to say it's because Hitsu found it. Now, okay, Boulder's best scenario here is he's got to go back up. He'll probably... Oh, he does have Bombos. Thank you, chat. You're right. Never mind.
It's still not a pleasant fight, though, right? I mean, like, Boulder's still on Hammer. I mean, you can do Bombos to crack the shell, but the rest of the fight is still it's still pretty scary.
Yeah, no, but I was concerned about I was concerned purely about the shell here. But so the Boulder, now there is a couple of different places he can head to real fast to get a couple of pots here. Now if he saves this key and just jumps back in, going to the restock room right there in the switch, around the switches there, that will get him like 3 small green pots there, which will get him real close to full. It'll buy him a couple more fire rod shots, which is kind of a big deal at this point.
Yeah, and without visiting Turtle Rock in order.
Still not easy, but better. All right, down goes Cold Stare over on the Boulder side, and we've got ourselves a crystal number 2 over on the Boulder side, over for the Boulder. As Hitsu is making his way up to Catfish, he's going to grab himself his Quake medallion.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this was purely vanilla. Looks like though we don't really have much other options after this. Oh, actually, it looks like Hitsu's gonna walk out. Surprised he didn't walk.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. I think, and he's about to find. I would imagine he's gonna maybe take this one connector, take this Turtle Rock connector over to find out exactly where the laser eye entrance is, knowing that he hasn't seen it yet. He's probably going to jump through, and he's going to be very happy when he finds a way into Misery Mire, because he's probably thinking to himself, ah, man, I got to find the flute at some point. Dang it, dang it, dang it. All right, never mind.
Yeah. It's always a relief to be able to come over here to the Mire area. Yeah, but as you said, like maybe like less so that we have like myths, but yeah, it's definitely a sign that we don't. It's one fewer item we potentially have to find.
Well, speaking of myths, let's check out what the Ice Palace main entrance is, right. And it's
nothing.
Yeah, that's not good. Now Hitsu is about to get into Eastern Palace, so that's going to be an extremely happy thing for him, because that is a full clear first-time dungeon, and it's going to open up the pyramid for him.
This has to be such a feels-good moment for many Crosskeys runners to come here into Eastern Palace with the big key, with boots, with silvers, no less. No lamp, but I'm sure that's not going to matter to Hitsu. And of course, Eastern Palace being the first dungeon where we actually need the bow for, he's going to be able to pick up and restock his quiver.
Yes, because Hitsu had that fun fight with Vidi, where he had one silver arrow too few. and ended up having to finish him off with the hammer there, which he did easily enough. As all right, we're gonna get a hookshot cave check over here.
We're finally back.
Yeah, we've got a small key to Tower of Hera, which we have not found yet, so that's kind of nice to have early, and a small key to GT. So okay, so there's one of the GT keys that we need.
And if, assuming Boulder doesn't go back immediately, he does, and he ends up finding his way over to Turtle Rock, he could potentially grab the GT big key, which, you know, if there's something in that big chest, it's going to be definitely really advantageous. But I think, nope, never mind, we're going straight back into GT, so we're just going to leave that big chest for the time being.
Yeah, leaving the big chest, but at the same time, we're going to get Master Sword out of this, so I don't know which one you'd rather have at this point. I probably, if I'm coming back through here, I would like to have the GT big key, but either way,
I guess I get, yeah. Well, we're not sure what the value of that GT big chest is at this point. Yeah, Boulder, he's remembering to activate his cape before hugging the walls. In this case, it doesn't actually drain magic, so he's just gonna kind of chill here and not try and do anything fancy and demonstrate how if we get knocked back from one of the tiles in the wrong way, that we'll just knock ourselves right into that wall faster.
Yeah, exactly. Now the one thing with this is that the moment that he releases that cape, he's gonna get bunny beamed. So now he's got to wait a little bit of extra time there. So like, if you're gonna do that, maybe take the bunny beam first and then use the cape. But either way, Boulder gets through it, gets his stuff there, avoiding taking double off of that spike, walking right into the Wall Master.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate. So he's gonna have to do it again.
Sad. Oh, well, okay. At least for what it's worth, he didn't get grabbed in the tile room, and you know, if he did get grabbed in the tile room, at least everything is over, so he doesn't have to do this part again. But,
yeah, exactly. I mean, it doesn't feel good there, but it feels less bad than doing it with 3 tiles remaining. Like if you did 3 tiles remaining in tile room, you at that point you just start going, okay, I feel yes. Yeah, I feel sad and I feel silly, and yeah, and man, it's just like the way that he's using to get through this room there. I got really nervous for a second because I thought he was gonna have the exact same thing happen again. As Hitsu killed Armos Knights while I was finishing that sentence. And got a small key to Desert Palace, so Desert Palace is now 100% in logic for Hitsu, which is kind of nice, I guess.
Great, so we can go back and get our Hyrule Castle small key.
Exactly, and I think it was a heart piece as well.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what Hitsu needs. Yep, those 2 items.
You're supposed to get 20 hearts, right?
Yes. Did no one tell that to our runners?
Yeah, I mean that's part of the game. At least the way I play it seems to be. But we'll see what we got here. 100% in logic with the 3 Meyer keys, which is a good point because it was actually locked behind 3 Meyer keys. That is a good point. So we're not there yet, and we have found Thieves Town.
Oh, this is actually a very important, yes.
Vanilla Meyer entrance. That's gonna be something. You know, that's actually not a bad place for it because Boulder will make his way back into this area at some point. He's got everything that he can do to clear this area, and when he does, like, it's gonna be just sitting right next to it.
Yeah, now, and Quick was relatively early, right? So it definitely was not going to be one of those medallion hunts, basically, for Thieves Town.
Yeah, the big question was, hey, did you go to Catfish? You should go to Catfish. And the moment that you did there, you had access to this area. But we found a big key to Tower of Hera in here as well. We have not seen Tower of Hera, but when we do, we can fully complete it if you want to get the pendant. So yeah. Looking over things real fast there, Clear Mouse, I think we're missing a Swamp Small and some flippers right now. Is that about it?
I was actually just taking inventory for what we're potentially, needing, if, since we already have all knowledge of our dungeon prizes, hopefully we're not going to have to dip into these pendant dungeons yet. I think you're right, though. We know that Swamp is a crystal. I think we saw it on Boulder's side, but we definitely need flippers, and we definitely need that Swamp Small. But other than that, I think we need a lamp or something, for posterity and logic, right? Something about, putting everything back in. But if they never see the lamp, the seed, I don't think either of them are going to be too sad.
We don't need a lamp. Lamps are for silly people.
I believe we also... these runners would probably like a third sword, just to make, their lives of Ganon a little bit nicer. But, if they never see a third sword, they probably won't be too sad. Okay, Hitsu finds a book.
Oh, and one of our trackers there, Beliberal, bringing up a really good point. We haven't seen the dam yet, either. That's kind of an issue. No dam.
Is a little detail in order to, do the rest of Swamp.
Yeah, no dam. You don't get to do Swamp yet, so keep looking for entrances there, Poyo. Speaking of which, though, entrances. So it's either locked behind the mirror, or it's in the...
Oh, right, the mirror. We haven't seen that yet. That actually would be interesting.
So I've got a map tracker up here. I'm kind of been paying attention to exactly like what's been checked and what hasn't been checked. Right now, we've got Dark Shopping Mall and we've got basically mirror locked locations. That's what we have left here at these basically 90-minute mark here. Thank you for joining us today on Zelda Speedruns. We got a 3-0 match here between Boulder300 and Hitsuyan. Just been a ton of fun so far. My name's Days Cloud. I'm joined by Clear Mouse in our commentary booth here. Thank you for being in with us today, and big shout outs to our trackers today. They're Beliberal and Scott G239.
Okay, just in time, Days. It looks like Boulder is taking on Vitria's. Not going to be as, I would say, comfy of a fight because he did not end up picking up those silver arrows in the middle of the key chest, Total Rock. But he's really, putting everything he could possibly use to his advantage, right? He's got the cape, he's got Master Sword, and he's got boots.
Yeah, if he's got a cape there, it becomes very easy. As flippers, it turns out they were just sitting on blind the whole time, so that's one item found. Now, at this point, we've got to go ahead and get our Swamp Small, as Boulder took a minute there and just hiccuped and decided to take a look at that one heart piece for a second and then went and picked it up. Alright, so Hitsu, where are we headed now? Okay, so we don't have a mirror, and Hitsu's about to find that giant chain of mirror-locked areas.
Oh, yeah. Man, you would really think at this point, in like the 90-minute mark, that we'd be able to find, something that would help us get a couple more entrances. Hitsu, hey, he's gonna pick up that compass to Swamp Palace.
Well, because he's wanting to set up that bomb jump
Yeah,
that
he wants to.
that he just messed up there. And that bomb jump is difficult, and anybody who says this says that it's easy is lying to you. But so Hitsu's gonna find all of this stuff up there. He wanted to see exactly where that other entrance was, and it's probably, I don't know if it was a good thing that he missed it or a bad thing. It depends. Like, it could have spit him out in dark shopping mall area there, and it's just that might have helped him. Now Boulder is about to find our laser bridge, so that's good for him. Now he might go ahead and kill Trinex. There's very little reason for him not to.
This is a good point. Yeah, because he has keys, and he hasn't been over here yet. So actually, at this later stage in the game, right, he's still looking for a bunch of stuff. Like, there is he has much more incentive in order to kill Trinex at this point.
Yeah, it'll warp him. The other thing is it warps him back to the
beginning,
the main entrance, and when he does that, he'll be able to go ahead and get everything. As Hitsu's gonna walk the big red bomb, so this is gonna be a walk. He's gonna have to go down the stairs to the
Flute Spot 5, right?
Yeah, to Flute Spot 5. Walk all the way over there, get his way over there, being able to dash off use his hookshot to set up a little bit of a dashing here, but this is going to get him exactly one entrance, and it is still very much out of logic because of the lamp and because of the Meyer small keys. I'm seeing a little bit of a confusion in chat there. Dark Shopping Mall is basically the 3 chests. We call it the Dark Shopping Mall in here because in the vanilla game it's the 3 entrances at the very bottom right of the Dark World map there. Think like Dark World Ice Rod Cave area. And we call it that because I want to say there's 2 shops down there.
There's like nothing of value. Like, for some reason, right, they put a bunch of merchants there, but nobody ever goes there because you need flippers, and like, why would you swim over there when there are lots of other shops available to you?
Okay, checkerboard cave here behind the bomb. It's got a suspicious looking small key in it, and the suspicious looking small key is just the Ice Palace.
It's not something that I guess Hitsu also was not interested in that either.
So where to now, Hitsu? Like, he's running around these areas here, and I am thinking, like, yeah, so we've got a book, so maybe the Desert Palace main entrance is what we're supposed to be doing right now, because like we're really low on things.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the hope is that when you do find the dam, right, as in like the last entrance, it's going to be the actual dam, right? Let's say behind Desert Main, as opposed to like it's another item cave location where you find the mirror and you have to go back basically to find all those mirror lock locations.
Right, and okay, so for Hitsu, we're gonna go ahead and he's got the flippers, so he can just kind of come over to this area here.
As soon as this guy leaves him alone, he's going to be able to lift this rock.
Yeah, get bullied a little bit here, and we're so here's our dam. So Hitsu messes up the clip the first time.
He was just so excited about finding the dam because this is his last entrance that he really needs, right? And he finds the lamp.
Well, hello, Logic.
I guess we got over to the Maya area pretty early too, right? And Catfish is only locked by 1 block.
Right. So it makes perfect sense. Like now the thing that we need the Meyer small keys to put the rest of it into logic, but at this point, who cares?
Yeah, and especially at this point, as you said, we found the lamp, but they already did Meyer basement, right? They already did the eastern, as of where we can see what Boulder's going to do in the back shortly. Most of the dark room danger rooms are almost done, and Pod is pendant, right? So we may not ever have to see Pod basement.
True. Yeah, no. Although, to be completely honest, for these runners, I might start looking at pod just for that swamp small. Because Hitsu right now is sitting here he's sitting here on, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crystals right now. He is a pod small from Go mode, and he's been in there for 5 chests right now. He's got access to, I want to say, like everything except for, well, actually everything, everything else in pod if he so chooses. So I would probably be heading that way, and it looks like he might be going to go to Hobo first, though.
This is actually a good point, and of course, you know, Hitsu, of course, is no stranger to himself with Pendant Pod.
Yeah, so he's gonna pick up a blue cane here from the Hobo, which is, you know, nice. Other than that, though, yeah, he's definitely leading the way now. I'm trying to think for Boulder. I mean, he's not what you would call like in a terrible situation here right now. He's got to make his way. He's got to hurry up. He's got to make his way to a couple things, but at the same time, like a Swamp Small Key is one of those awful things to have as your go mode item there, because it could be literally almost anywhere.
Unfortunately, outside of Swamp. Well, actually, no, it could even be in the first chest of Swamp, right?
Which is always
the second chest.
That's always the fun comedy option there, if it's just sitting there in that first chest of Swamp, because then you just kind of go, ugh.
Comedy. That's the word we're using today. Got it.
It's comedy for anybody who's watching the stream. For the person running it, it is anger and pain and everything involved. So okay, so Boulder's making the right decision here. He's going to open up Thieves Town real quick. That is going to be getting him his flippers, which eventually will lead him to his dam.
Yeah, and of course, you know, regardless, Thieves Town is definitely still progress that the Boulder needs. You know, we still haven't seen Swamp Small on his side, so you know, Boulder still has some time in order to make up in this race.
Well, first things first here, it looks like Hitsu is making his way to pod, so if you're rooting for Boulder, you really don't want this thing to be in pod, because if it's here, Hitsu is done. But
yeah, and I think there was also a book that we found in Thieves Town, right? So if Swamp Swell is also one of the tablets, and Hitsu doesn't check that until later, because, you know, late book always means that the tablets are just not convenient, right, on your path, because you've already been to that location like 2 or 3 times at this point.
Props to Hitsu for somehow being able to fall off the one platform that you're just supposed to jump off by it just naturally. I mean, that's real talent right there. Oh my God, Boulder doesn't have the Thieves Town big key.
Oh no! Wait,
that's right. He didn't. It was locked in the bow lock side of
pod.
You're
right.
He
oh my
didn't
gosh,
open
you're right.
it at the time. So he's gonna have to make a trip back here. So that just is gonna add a whole bunch of time. And Hitsu just pulled the mirror, and this is what I was kind of expecting to find back here.
I mean, so you're not wrong, Days. Like the mirror was well within the realm of expectation. I guess there was the hope that we even have to see the mirror, right?
Yeah, but I mean, come on, we played this game before.
That's true. I mean, yeah, you know, small from Go mode, an hour 40. I mean, the game's like, no, you still have lots of more content to play here.
Yeah, you've got all these fun things that you could find. Why don't you go find them all? All right, so Hitsu's just gonna skip Helmasaur though, but he's gonna get all of these other things. Got a small key to Misery Mire there. Oh boy, the logic on this seed is starting to hurt my head.
Yeah.
Oh man, every time we see a small key, it's just gonna take a short breath in, because this might be it, and then of course no, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's times like this when the game just kindly reminds you of how many other random small keys there are in the game. Like, I mean, there's 6 keys to pod. There are like 3 keys or something to Mire, right? A couple, you know, Skullwoods ones. You know, it's just like those. I don't care about those at all. but
I
they
mean,
exist.
yeah, when you're playing Crosskeys, there are so few small keys that you actually actually really care about. I mean, it's funny because you pick up all of these keys and you're like, I don't care. No, I don't care either. All right, so Hitsu's making his way up here. We're gonna get I forget which small key this one is. This is the GT big key that we're about to find on Boulder's side here. So that opens up another place for that that happy thing that happy Swamp Small to show up.
Yeah, so speaking of, not only could it be in the GT Big Chest, so we still have the well, right, behind Aga 2? And we have the climb now, with that GT Big Key, so...
I mean, you're not wrong, and we did find so many things already locked behind 4 GT keys right now. If I'm one of the runners, I might really consider doing that immediately. Hitsu... I think he might be heading that way, honestly. I think you might have read his mind there.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's dashing all the way to the Ice Rock Cave area. There isn't really much else here besides the entrance to GT.
Yeah, no, it's all GT over here. So yeah, this is gotta be I think we're gonna be seeing...
We're probably climbing first, right? He's not gonna go for the
Man, I don't know. It's so hard. That GT, yeah, you're climbing first, but at the same time, you kind of hate leaving that GT big chest behind, just because if you climb and it's just sitting in the big chest, it's like, oh good, I just threw away 4 minutes. But at the same time, if you go for the GT big chest, it takes about 2 minutes to get back there. So like, it's just an uncomfortable decision.
Yes, I mean, it's like, and of course, you know, the solution, of course, is to go back in time and pick up the GT big key before we clear the basement.
I mean, that would be the better way. You just got to invent a time machine. Maybe that's why Goomba's so good at this game. Anyway,
wait, you're saying he has a time machine? Dave, what? This is dangerous.
I'm saying many things right now. Anyway.
Alright, so looks like where do we get spit out at? Looks like Death Mountain for the entrance of Turtle Rock.
Yeah, looks like it there. It's like the middle entrance there of
another hold your breath, but it was only another small key to Turtle Rock.
Well, I mean, this we've seen this before because not Boulder, but Hitsu got up here because if you chased the
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Spiral Cave, you ended up here. So, man, we're gonna have to see exactly what's going on here, because I mean, we're at this point, it's just waiting for Hitsu to finish climbing, and I mean, like you mentioned, there's gonna be 9 chests behind this, and so, you know, if you go by just pure item density, you're thinking to yourself, you know what, there's a pretty good chance that it's up here. Because, like, what else is there? Because we don't know where Tower of Hera is, and there's a decent chance that could be, at this point, it could be locked in the...
I feel so bad for Boulder. There were 2 shots that he could get like a potion or something, and unfortunately both waterfall fairies just gave you back empty bottles.
Yeah. So I'm just finish what I was thinking there, because Boulder just kind of did make me laugh. But there's a chance that GT could be locking Hera today. It's probably just locked by one of the mirror locations we haven't found yet. So if that's the answer, then, well, shrug your shoulders and go, well, that sucks.
Yeah,
but I feel like Hitsu's making the right play right now, because other than that, we've checked pretty much everything.
Yeah, and you know, and as we said, right, 9 items are up here, pretty dense, right? Especially because we know the well is here. Okay, key to Turtle Rock.
See, that would be why we didn't kill Trinex, because we needed that.
Oh, that's another minor detail that we forgot in Crosskeys.
Yeah. Every once in a while, it's hard to remember that. Oh yeah, I need this, and I need this, and I need this. It's just you get yourself into a rhythm, and first 3 chests up here are not the answer. Got a few more coming up. First, we got to deal with a very annoying worm.
We still haven't found a sword yet. Again, like we found 2 swords. I don't even think they're early.
We haven't found
yet.
Yeah, no swords in Logic right now. That's the fun thing. Okay.
And yeah, I was gonna say, because Thieves Town was at the Vanilla Mire location, like, we need a sword in order to access that as well. Alright, it looks like Hitsu is not having the best of luck with his hookshot execution and blocks. Looks like he at least had to take the longer way. But, you know, the good news, at least on Boulder's side, is that he picked up his big key to Thieves Town. So, when he goes back to Mire, or the Mire area, he's gonna be able to conquer it.
Possibly the better news is he's about to pick up his mirror, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If it turns out that the small is not up here, he might actually be in a decent situation if he decides not to climb. Oof. Yeah, Hitsu
had a really nice triple at the beginning, and then none of the shots wanted to land the second time.
He got it there. He got it there eventually. So Agatu is down. Now we're about to jump into the dam. That's going to be the 5 items. We're going to have to see exactly what goes in there. We're still. I mean, it is. Let's find the Swamp Small key. Like I'm seeing a little bit of calling for let's go to Aga Tower. Like when both runners found that the first time, they weren't able to go in there because they didn't have any sort of weapon.
They had bombs, which, by the way, I think it was only like 3 bombs or something to the name. I mean, it's definitely not very pleasant.
All right, so we're gonna go here. 2 items is nothing. Powder.
Powder. Good reminder that we have magic bat behind Aga 2. I don't think we have another Castle Tower small key though, right? We only have 1. Is that correct?
Yes.
So not technically there yet. It has never stopped the game though from putting the second Castle Tower small key in Castle Tower, of course. But we won't hopefully have to explore that option quite yet.
Yeah. So all right. Now the thing for Hitsu is where he's headed right now. He's gonna head into this giant chain of he's probably going to be heading into this giant chain of mirror checks right now. So for Boulder, I'm starting to really doubt his ability to come back here. Like he's going to have to ping this Swamp Small key almost immediately. Like within the next like 2 or 3 checks to really, I feel like, have a chance here, just because Hitsu's going to knock out like this entire desert area really quickly, and a couple of other things. Unfortunately, it looks like Boulder is going to probably, I don't know, rightly decide that he's going to go finish Thieves Town first. This is unfortunate. Yeah, this is such a hard decision here.
I guess for what it's worth, you know, when he finishes Thieves Town, he's going to pick up his flippers, he's going to pick up his book, and at least so far, Hitsu hasn't made any book checks.
Oh, well, Hitsu just found Hera. This is 6 checks right here. Oh, and there's a small key sitting in the basement, and this is going to be a small key to Swamp Palace. That's the game.
That is it. So this was mirror locked, correct? Looks like
this is mirror locked. Yep. So he had to come through this way, through pod there, to get your mirror, and this is pretty much going to be all she wrote at this point, because Hitsu's going to do one quick clear of Swamp Palace in go mode. There might open a couple of chests looking for a sword, but other than that, this is going to be
it's going to be pretty quick for Hitsu for sure.
There's a pretty good chance this is sub 2. The Master Sword makes it a little bit questionable, but pretty good chance.
Yeah, I would not also be surprised if Hitsu decides to go back to the potion shop if it's convenient for him, in order to maybe pick up something for the first fight, or for the first 2 phases, but he's also has half magic. He has red mail, right? I don't really foresee this to be too much of an issue. And he has 18 hearts, apparently.
He's clear. No, Hitsu's been unbelievably efficient. He's cleared everything as quickly as you almost possibly can, and so he's gonna get through this. He's not gonna bother with hardly anything. If he wants to pick up a potion, he's right next door. The potion shop is at the Arrow game, so he's literally one screen transition away from it if he chooses to go get it.
Yeah, I mean, normally, like, you want to buy a potion for safety for Ganon, just because, you know, the fight takes on a little bit longer, you know, you want some safety, but, you know, Hitsu is so defensive at this point, right? And, you know, we have silver arrows on his side, or on both runners' sides, so it's going to take the sting off of phase 4, for sure. You're definitely going to not need endurance for that part.
Yeah, no, I mean it's we're gonna see here. So Hitsu's gonna probably open up that chest, just get a single arrow.
That is not the pointy, sharp thing that we wanted to see on Hitsu's side.
He'll probably open up these chests too down here for the because I mean once you do Diver Down, it's kind of hard not to just take 2 seconds to go like, well, if this is the sword, I saved like 3 minutes. So it's not that long since we're doing since we have silvers, it's not that long, but it's still, you know, a good chunk of time.
Yeah, Hitsu though demonstrating actually the bomb setup. I think it's not as common, I think, among runners. You know, most people I think just like to do Samaria, but you know, Hitsu's a bomb guy. And with Red Mail, it didn't even you know, you could have told us he did Samaria, and we would have probably believed you.
Yep. Totally. I mean, the bomb diver down setup, it is almost identical to doing the cane setup there. You've still got to do the jump in the water in the same way as you do with the cane there. It's just more you've got to get the pixel right when you place the bomb. It's not hard by any means. Once you learn, if you can do the jump out of the water, that's the most important thing. Alright, so Hitsu's into his Argus fight there. He's got he's gonna have to do a Master Sword fight, so he's probably gonna opt for some spins. This is, you know, it's not the fastest fight that you could ever possibly go for, but he's gonna take him down without any problem. He's in zero danger here of
yeah. Yeah, I mean normally these puffs do 2 hearts of damage on green mail, but you know, Hitsu's on red mail. Certainly not worried whatsoever. He does have silver arrows, so it is actually possible to kill the puffs with 1 silver arrow shot at a time. And actually, as a consequence of quick swap, you could actually quick swap over to the hook shot and silver arrows in order to kill the puffs one by one. But it does take a little bit of practice as well. You know, Hitsu looks very comfortable with Master Sword spins. It would be certainly much nicer if we had tempered, but you know, you get what you can get in this game.
Right, now for Boulder, this is actually going to work out really nicely because he's about to get his Swamp Small. He'll put himself into Dam mode because he hasn't found the dam yet either. So he's gonna pick up this Swamp Small, get kind of excited that he's in Entrance Go mode, but unfortunately Hitsu is about to drop into Ganon right about now.
Yeah, Hitsu already has the cape out on white items just in case anything goes wrong. Certainly don't imagine it to be too bad. You know, as a red mail, so I'm gonna make this fight a bit safer. Trying to, looks like, get a corner he can kind of nudge himself, or at least a side, so that the knockback from these Master Sword spins aren't gonna knock him back too far.
Ganon not playing nice there. He's not going to pin himself up against the wall or anything. So Hitsu's not being able to get any double shots in here. He's having to do this the long way. I mean, the most important thing when you're doing Master Sword Ganon is just take your time, don't die.
Yeah, but patience is definitely a virtue here.
Yeah, like if you have to go through a cycle where you only get like 1 or 2 shots in there, just that's fine. If you rush it, you're gonna get it's gonna be a bad time. But this little area that Ganon's in right now, that's gonna put Hitsu in a very nice situation. Now I'm assuming that he has a some sort of magic refill, or else he's just done something very silly.
Okay, he does have a blue. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think when he visited the potion shop the first time, he must have bought 2 blue potions because he had 2 empty bottles at that point. Unfortunately, actually, as Hitsu was going through phase 3, I think we actually took a peek at Boulder's side. I believe he made the same common mistake that we made earlier, was that he forgot that he still needed to find the dam. Because it looks like he went into Swamp Palace, saw that there was no water, and was unfortunately very disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, for him, luckily, like, he's got pretty much one obvious place remaining, and of course that's going to be where the dam is. But so Hitsu, on the other hand here, for a second there, I'm like, okay, sure, get a silverless hit in there. Do you, buddy?
It's the muscle memory is real here, right? And how often do you get silvers with Master Sword, and not only just straight off the main tournament, right? Where silvers didn't exist for anybody.
Yeah, no. Well, either way, Hitsu took him down with Master Sword, with silvers. He's gonna pull in this race here. He's gonna go ahead and finish in first place as soon as he crosses this thing here. Nice sub 2 over on Hitsu's side. Everybody, get your GGs into chat there for Hitsuyan 1337 as he finishes with a time of 1:58.57 and moves to 4-0 in the Swiss stage of this tournament.
Yeah, no, very impressive run from Hitsu. I mean, like, even though he was, 30 minutes or something behind the Boulder when he ended up picking up his boots, every decision that Hitsu made ended up working out very well. I think it all started with his decision to go into Mire early and chase the boots. And then he just got so much progression, right, from that. And he was just able to knock out his dungeons one by one after that.
Yeah. No, I mean, Hitsu basically routed that about as well as he could. Not getting those boots early, it was like, oh no, well, he's giving his opponent a chance. It didn't matter. Everything he just found one thing after another. Kind of maybe got bailed out just a little bit by that GT. Yeah, that one GT glove.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
But other than that, yeah, no, everything you can't fault anything that he did, pretty much. Looks like we should have Hitsu be joining us here pretty soon. Boulder is deciding not to continue here, and he won't be joining us for an interview, it looks like, otherwise. But so go ahead and get your GGs into chat there for Boulder as well. We'll ask Hitsu some questions here in just a second, it sounds like.
Yeah, certainly big GGs to Boulder as well. Yeah, I mean, he definitely fought for his life here in this run. And we even got to see some nice dancing. You don't often get to see a Squirtle dance.
That's true.
For thinking time, but we definitely got to see a good amount of it today.
I mean, that is kind of the way that you want there. At some point, you if you can see Squirtle's dance there, you just kind of smile and know that you've seen something special. It's always an important thing.
Yeah, I mean, and Boulder was extremely brave, right? Going into Mini Moldorm Cave with 3 bombs at the very beginning. I think most people would probably have just noped out of that pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible to do it. It's not easy. You're going to lose all of your bombs, pretty much doing it. But if you hit it perfectly, yeah, sure, why not? Give it a shot. But yeah, no, I mean, Boulder put up a really good fight today. It's just been unfortunately Hitsu kind of ran into the items at exactly the right time, and he is now in the commentary booth with us. So GG's there, Hitsu.
GG's Hitsu. 4-0. How do you feel?
Yeah, great. But in the seat, I don't feel great about some decisions I made.
Okay, so which ones were that there?
That I never went to Lost Woods. Then I did the Roll Dark World loop. Then I found the hammer to make the loop even bigger. That was one of the things, I guess.
It at the beginning there, it did kind of seem like there was a chance that you were gonna miss a whole bunch of stuff, especially because Boulder got the boots there on his first pass through, right? And then he came down and he was able to get those the bonk rocks there and the dark bonk rocks, and got the gloves, so that's when things started getting very questionable for you. But then you went to GT, and nothing mattered.
Yeah, that was great. I figured out the logic too, but it needed some time in the seat when you were running, and then like I was backtracking for the hook shot also, because I was thinking like this glove is my first glove in logic maybe, and I missed the hook shot. And the hook shot was also like accessible in ice.
Mm-hmm.
So both gloves were in logic, I think, as first one, huh? Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
I'm not sure where the ice big was now.
Yeah, ice big was in Sashrala's closet as well. So like, yeah, you both gloves were basically in logic from the moment you got boots and pearl. I mean, it was unkind. It wasn't a whole lot of fun, but it was totally in logic. You're right.
Yeah, and after the GT climb, I was thinking, okay, now I lost. Maybe he is not the person who climbs GT. And there I lost again sometime. But it was close to the Maya connector again to bring me like back to my go mode at least.
It seemed very reasonable, right, to climb GT when you know that there were 9 items back there versus like chasing mirror locations, right?
Yeah, I had Hera left, so that was one of the bigger ones. But I don't found it, and it could be everywhere behind mirror, could be take more time, so I decided to do GT there.
I mean, it made sense, quite honestly. I mean, it with all of this, like one of the big questions that I kind of had at some point was the cane getting locked behind 4 GT keys, and then the mitts getting locked behind 4 GT keys as well. And it was just kind of like, wait a minute. So, like that in my head, I'm probably thinking there's a decent chance that something's on the climb, because if everything's already locked behind 4 keys, like what else did this game lock behind 4 keys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I blame Clearmouse here with the boots.
What? What? I told you to go find them early.
She posted a boots emote in my chat before the race started.
You still beat the average time to boots, Hitsu. Alright, average time so far is like 56 minutes or like to an hour. So, and you got them at 40. So, I don't see the problem here.
I'm joking, you know.
No, but congratulations again. I mean, 4-0 is a very impressive record, especially this tournament. Next week might be, you know, a bit more. I mean, every week's going to get progressively harder, right? Just looking at some of the list of people who's already, you know, finished their 4-0 matches. It's
so you got
anyone in particular?
Dataplet, Wall Kicks, and Goomba so far with 4-0. So, you know, good luck with that, buddy.
I take Dataplet. That's a free. He will forfeit probably after 20 minutes. Like he always does, right? And I do after 1 hour and a half.
Well, we'll have to see there. That would definitely be a ton of fun to see which one of you guys goes a little bit, gets into that one there. But yeah, no. I mean, we are getting down to the point where there's not a whole lot of, there's been no easy matches so far for this entire tournament, I think, but as even less so now.
Can I ask what happened to Boulder? Because I don't know how far he was in the seat or for what was he looking.
I mean, nothing really happened per se, I guess. Like he checked a lot more entrances there. You went into Meyer early, but you went into Meyer before him at least, and got the fire rod, and ended up, which I think ended up kind of bringing you closer, and you ended up in GT. It's just more like it seemed like he had the advantage up until you got those got that U sequence, broke those gloves out of GT, and then right about then, that's when things started going kind of kind of sideways-ish for him. I mean, you sub-2'd it, and to be completely honest, I think that's what mostly happened. Like, nothing really happened to Boulder.
Yeah, I think also just like with there are some, I guess, like more minor things. You cleared Skull Woods more efficiently than he did. I think Boulder just ended up dropping down, and unfortunately dropped down in Pinball Room, I think, the first time. So he had a lot more, I guess, he had to move around a lot more, right, in order to clear out the front of Skull Woods. Versus you, I think you were able to keep the key, right? You ended up clearing out more of GT Basement the first time around. It's just bits and pieces. Yeah.
Single cleared Eastern. When you got through, when you went into dungeons, quite often you went through and just got a and just were able to single clear stuff. So you single cleared Eastern, you single cleared Thieves. Yeah. So you didn't have to double dip.
Yeah, the Eastern Big was one of the good things I sequenced work at the start, at least, without my boots.
Totally. I'm trying to think. Did you have to double dip anything?
Yeah, Maya.
Oh, Meyer. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I guess that was it.
After the boots, I was thinking, okay, now I'm probably behind, because normally you do this loop, because there's also a drop down possible that there's the well too. So I feel a bit behind and said, okay, Maya's just here, just dip quick into it. And then there was Fire Source too, to clear even more there.
Yeah, I get that desert key as well. So, I mean, yeah, it everything just kind of worked out for you for sure. There, I mean, you got a 177 collection rate there, and a sub 2, which is, you're moving pretty fast.
Yeah, so sub 2 is very impressive in this tournament. I mean, sub 2 is always like a really nice, like, high benchmark or whatever, low benchmark to hit for Crosskeys. Always really impressive to see. Well, at least, it's Sunday. You get to take a couple days break before you get to find out who your scary next opponent is for week 5, but certainly best of luck.
Thank you guys for the stream, for the commentary, also for picking like our matchup here, because there are so many games and we cannot restream all, like only like 2 a day. Yeah, big thanks for that.
You have Days Cloud to thank for this.
Thank you, guys.
No worries. I saw this one on the schedule. Sent a quick message to Clearmouse, and she was just like, "Yes, of course, yes." So thank you guys for racing, and thanks for putting on the show for us. And that's pretty much all for it, I guess.
Yeah, that was a wonderful match to watch. I gotta say, it was a great match, especially with the 3-0, and now you moving on to the 4-0, Hitsuyan. This is going to be one heck of a tournament. We still have 4 more weeks. After this week is 4 more weeks of racing, and it is going to be hype. Let's see now. We have one more match, I believe, on the schedule to be starting here, actually, on ZSR in about, in about 15 minutes. So as long as we get a restreamer for that match, we should be back here on ZSR. And thank you, everyone, for the commentary to Days Cloud and Clearmouse. Thank you to my co-tracker, Scott G. And thank you to both of our runners, Hitsuyan and the Boulder. We will catch you all later on, and looking forward to seeing you all back here on ZSR for more Crosskeys. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.